quite a morning so far with getting this whole live thing through Facebook with Ecamm Live working. So please accept my apologies for being a little, I don't know, this morning. Not where we expected to be when we expected to be there. Ha ha ha. And interestingly enough, that goes along with the concept that we're going to talk about today. So, good morning. Happy Hump Day. I'm Dr. Valerie Renee Shepard, founder and CEO of the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self Mastery. I'm coming to you live, like I do every Wednesday, or almost every Wednesday, to talk about some things, tips and tricks and tools and practices that you can activate in your life to create what you want, more of what you want, and a lot less of what you don't. It's like, yeah, let's get thee behind me, what I don't want, and have a spread, a big giant buffet. Go to the buffet and serve yourself. That's what we're talking about. So create the buffet that is comprised of the things that make your heart sing, comprised of the things that make you feel like, yeah, this is my life. I'm really excited about it. I'm really grateful to be here, and away we go. Yabba dabba doo. So good morning. I see you out there. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd love it if you type into the comments like one thing that you are really excited about experiencing in your day today, this happy hump day. Hallelujah. Amen to that. It's nice to have things to look forward to. So I've been dealing with a lot, as you know, if you've been watching my posts and my the last hump day happy chat, etc. There's a lot going on in my world. One of the big ones is next week in France. It's called the Glow Up Experience, mind, body, spirit activation to return you to wholeness and restore flow. Restore your wholeness, return you to flow. That's a lot of blah blah blah, isn't it? Mind, body, spirit activation to restore your wholeness and return you to flow. And the concept of wholeness is a really big thing. It's really important that you be operating from mind, body, spirit wholeness. So that includes the parts of you that are not of this world and the parts that are. That includes the holy, WHOLLY, and holy, HOLY, if you ascribe to holiness. The holy integration of your divine masculine and your divine feminine, the healed masculine, the healed feminine. It's about the whole you, the spiritual dimension, the human dimension. Wholeness is much more than we sometimes give it credit for being. And then the flow, which is that beautiful place where the efforting can get really quiet and all the happenings are happening anyway. I love that. The efforting gets really quiet. Shrink my efforting. And the happenings are still there. So I'm still living this vibrant, exciting, full, I call it flavorful, exquisite, delicious, fulfilling life. And things are flowing without me having to, quote unquote, be so busy or work so hard. So this glow up experience, we'll be doing that in the south of France, May 29th to June 4th. It's coming up. We have 2 spots left. 2 spots left. So come on in and join us. You can go to http://glowupworld.com and check it out. Or you can PM me, or you can call me. At this point, a phone call's probably in order after you check it out, so we can get you registered and you can book yourself your transportation. We would love to welcome you. It's going to be an exquisite adventure. So the title today is inspired by some dynamics that I'm managing for myself and with others. And it's this thing that I've noticed. I called it, I'm doing the best I can. But I'm doing the best I can. And I feel that with a lamentation. It's like deep breath, shoulders that are collapsed. I'm doing the best I can. And then what seems to come after it is, and why isn't it working? Why am I not getting what I want? Why don't you see me? Why am I not feeling loved? Why am I not feeling cared for? I've been in this lamentation several times in the history of my short life. Several times. It's also a lamentation that I've heard from my students, but I did my best. Why don't I get that grade instead of this grade? I did my best. And the focus is all about the effort that I put in. And there's nothing wrong with effort or focusing on that as a place where we contribute potentially the most and the best that we can to a situation, to our lives, to ourselves. Absolutely beautiful. And I now know that I know that I know effort isn't the only way to get things done. Boy, I wish I had known this when I was in my 20s, which is why I teach with emerging adults, by the way, is because these are the things that I know now that I didn't know then that could have had a very big impact on some decisions I was making. And if nothing else, on a lot of the joy I was having and how I was having it. So here's the question is, okay, you're doing the best that you can. That's great. And it's still in the effort zone. Like, what is it? What is it that's going to actually make this better? That's going to change these dynamics. So let's talk about a couple of concepts that I kind of put together under this kind of lamentation. I'm doing the best. I'm doing my best. I want more from my best. So we're talking about a couple things. And if you watched my talk in the Wellness Universe mental health panel last week, you'll hear some of these concepts because they're worth repeating over and over and over and over and over again until you actually start dropping into them and having them be a part of the way that you doing your life. So the number one concept, not one in a hierarchy, the number one that I'm going to address today, number one concept is agency. It's a psychological term that refers to a person's sense of control in their lives, control over themselves and the situational dynamics they find themselves in. Sense of control. It doesn't necessarily mean you actually do have control, but you have the sense that you have a primary control over what you do. In other words, how you react, not so helpful, or how you respond. Much more conscious, much more grounded, much more present. Whereas reaction is like a knee-jerk reaction that is often coming from a wound or something that happened in the past. And you're doing it without even thinking about it, like you brush your teeth or drive your way to some place you go all the time. So agency, in a psychological term, is like locus of control, another psychological term, which is the degree to which a person feels like they, as opposed to some external force, something out there, they have control over the outcomes and events that are in their lives. And this is a fairly old concept. It's been around for 80 years or so now. The idea that in personal psychology that I have control over the dynamics. If there's something that I don't like, I have the power to change it. I don't have to wait for the world to change in order for my microcosm within that macrocosm of the world to actually get better. I have agency. I have locus of control. It's a pretty neat concept when we really dig beneath the surface and take a look at, well, Okay, I might believe the concept. How am I living it? And I listen to my words. And I listen to what's going on around me. And I listen to how I feel. I listen to how I feel. I cultivate within myself a connection with myself. And I hear the still small voice giving me guidance. Yes. Research suggests that people with agency, that this concept, agency, can enhance your resilience. We'll talk about that in a minute, your confidence, and just in general, your overall well-being. It's also a critical factor under my 3 favorite C's, which I'm going to give you in a minute. My 3 favorite C words are coming up in a minute. So with agency, when I say I'm doing the best that I can, my agency takes me to the next place. And the next place is, so what, now what? So what, now what? So the so what is, it's not to be cavalier or dismissive. It's a way that I say, okay, I accept that. I'm doing the best I can. That's not a stopping place. That's a starting place. I'm doing the best I can, sets me up to go. And now what happens? With an emphasis on what am I making happen? Again, agency contributes to my ability to say, well, this isn't exactly turning out the way I want. So, what do I do next? It's not necessarily about having the crystal ball and anticipating all the next moves and, gaming your way to the top of the mountain where the pot of gold is. It is in this moment, with the information you have now, which is from the so what, I'm doing my best. So what that I'm doing my best? Now what? And the now what, this is where this wholeness comes into play. Oftentimes when we're evaluating the best that we're doing, I'm doing the best that I can, we're actually only evaluating that in one realm. The realm of the third dimension called Earth, and we're only evaluating it in the sense that what I can see, touch, taste with my 5 senses, I can see that I've done the best I can. And so the question in the now what, so what that I've done so great, I invite and encourage you to be asking yourself from the other dimensions in the multiverse, what more is possible here? So what that I did my best? What more is possible? Is it what more is possible from my effort? Or is it what more is possible for me sitting down, zipping it, and getting out of the way? What more is possible for me to tell myself a different story? Is my best really my best? Or just what I've taught myself is the best I can do up until now? So what now what? Am I really able to see at my deepest levels where my best might be coming from? Am I even willing to own that what heretofore I have said, that's the best I can, ain't even close? This is not about making myself wrong in my life. It's not. It's about noticing that I might have a ceiling on where I can go. Like, how high can I go? And if I stop talking about the effort that's happened in the past, like past as in a minute ago, as the best, and start really saying, okay, I've seen it, I've done it, I've done my best, and, what more is possible? What best have I not fully expressed? Have I not fully activated? Have I not stepped into and boom, anchored and boom, blown into my life? So what, now what? So my expansion into greater possibilities, into the I'm doing the best I can, might mean for me to ask the question of, how do I evaluate myself? If I'm saying I'm doing the best I can, maybe it's not the effort. Maybe it's my evaluation and interpretation of who I am and what I am and how I get things done. Right? It's not about saying, no, that really wasn't your best. Only you can say that. And this little exercise that we're talking about with the so what, now what is a good way for you to evaluate it. So what, now what? Oh, you know what? Actually, when I do a retrospective analysis, it doesn't look so much like that part of the best was really at the top. I could probably ratchet that up a notch. And again, it's not always about that. So what if the efforting is just too one-sided, meaning it's too focused on your left brain logic and not enough on your right brain creativity? It's too focused in your masculine energy of go, go, get, do, and do, go, get, and do it, and not enough on your right brain. I wonder what happens if I slow down. Race car driving concept. Slow down to speed up. What if maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing? Oh, what about if I'm supposed to just rest right now? Like I've done enough. What if I got really quiet, I might hear the what if at a deeper level. Like what if? What if I got into more playfulness? What if I started really spurring my creativity? Whatever that is. Doesn't mean you have to be a concert pianist, although I still want to do that. It doesn't mean you have to speak another language fluently, although I still want to do that too. It doesn't mean you have to do any of those things except the ones that actually light you up, make your toes tingle, make you smile from ear to ear, sparkles shooting from your eyes and your heart. What if? Maybe some artistry. Maybe some extra holistic thinking. Us and them. Me and you. We. Maybe some laughter. Like, what if? So what, now what? Getting beyond the rational mind, constantly trying to tell you you're not doing enough and you're not doing right. You're not doing it right. That's just your rational mind kind of running amok, which the rational mind will do if you, with your agency and your internal locus of control, don't make a different choice. Don't help your rational mind see what you need it to work in service to. The head in service to something greater within you. And I'm a student of heart math, and so that's exactly what I'm talking about. The head working in concert with the heart, in service to the heart. The Institute of Heart Math calls this heart intelligence, and they have over 20 years of data, quantitative data, that shows that people not only can leverage it, activate their heart intelligence, teach their brain to work in concert with their heart, but when they do, things start to happen easier, at a higher vibration, with less stress and frustration and sadness and debilitation. Doesn't mean those things don't happen. They're a part of the density of the third dimension called Earth. The question is, which one rules you? Which one controls you? Which one has the agency? You or the outer circumstances? So you do that, you activate your agency, you go through your so what, now what analysis, and you end up at this place where resilience can be born. So no matter how many times you get to this space of, my efforting didn't create what I wanted it to yet, that one little 3-letter word can shift everything in your countenance. Oh, it just hasn't finished yet. I don't have the answer. yet. I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't understand why this is happening yet. I don't understand why they're not calling me back yet. Like that 3-letter word can take so much lift, so much heaviness. Transform your entire view of an entire situation. 3 letters. I have to figure out how much they'd be on a Scrabble board because I'm all about getting the points. 3 letters. Yabba dabba do. So resilience, it's this ability. People have started saying for years that it's the ability to bounce forward. Like a lot of it's bouncing back from difficulties, withstanding problems. Like grit is often spoken about. Developing grit, which is a sort of like a toughness, an ability to go through difficult situations and still spring back into shape, as Oxford Dictionary would say. This kind of elasticity. How far will your rubber band go without breaking? Springing forward into the next thing from the last thing, regardless of how good or bad it was. Resilience. So again, from a psychological perspective, it's the process of successfully adapting. That means adapting you within your world, regardless of what that world holds. So that challenging life experiences, mental, emotional, behavioral flexibility, opportunity to adjust. That's the way the American Psychological Association would describe resilience. So you marshal your agency, you do your little so what now what analysis. You are determined that no matter what has gone before, what's right here, right now is going to be the best yet, meaning there's still more possible and I'm willing to go find it. I'm willing to be it. I'm willing to light the fire. I'm willing to be the reason, the source, the why my life is so fantastic. Of course I am, because I have agency and internal locus of control. Boy, oh boy, when I got what those 2 concepts were in my life, I used to very much be in the victim, blame, and shame game. Anything going wrong with Valerie was because somebody else was doing something else over there. And that's what happened. And it was so amazing when I first could lift myself up high enough that I could see that's what I was doing. That's who I was being. That's what wasn't working. And then could go, ooh, this is gonna be fun. Because now it's about the one thing that I really do have control over. And that's me. Moi, en français. Oui? Alors, so, here we are. Right back at agency, where we started. Agency gives you the opportunity for my favorite 3 C's. What are those words? Conscious choice to change. Conscious choice to change. Not necessarily to change all that, change them, change the situation, change that. I am doubling down on changing me, changing my responses, changing the way I'm experiencing things, changing the way I'm experiencing others. And let me tell you, I am not good at it yet. Notice the word yet? It's the way that I can say, and this too shall pass. This period of me not fully living what I fully believe. And knowing that I'm being called by Yeshua, acknowledging Yeshua and the Magdalens, Grandmother Anna, Sarah Tamar, all of the Marys. Acknowledging the call that I'm getting to live it at a deeper level, and that my commitment is still there. And the so what, now what that I'm doing is, okay, get on with it. Let's do it again. Try it again. So I talked in the little intro about this human growth cycle thing, and I teach from this a lot. It's a model that I put together as I was dealing with students and clients getting it to a certain point and then stopping, like hitting, not stopping forever, but hitting a place where it felt like they couldn't get to the next level. So I'm gonna give this to you, this human growth cycle. So it all starts with, we have a sense of self, and our sense of self changes throughout the different twists and turns and stages of our lives, and it depends on, the stage of the I amness that I am at age 4 is radically different from the I amness that I am, that I carry, that I know, that I feel, that I express when I'm 15, and on and on and on through the different twists and turns and stages of our lives. So we have this I amness, sense of self, agency, locus of control. And then a situation happens. Some sort of condition happens, and an interpretation gets born in ourselves from that situation, the circumstances, the dynamics. Maybe we're really learning self-expression, and we are so enthused by a piece of artwork we did with macaroni and glue and or paste. When I was making macaroni pictures, it was paste, and no, I didn't eat it, but you could be so enthused. So I'm so enthused by this picture that I've done, and then I show it to somebody whose approval I want, whose love I want, whose nurturing I want. That could be a teacher, that could be a friend, that could be the art instructor, that could be a parent, that could be the neighbor. It could be any number of people. It doesn't have to be one. So it's just any person that I wanted to love my art the same way I love it. And they're kind of like, meh, who does stuff with macaroni? Well, you can't, now, look at all that waste. You can't eat that macaroni now. What a waste of time. And they, for whatever reason, they just don't see my brilliance. And I have an interpretation from that condition. The interpretation is, my brilliance isn't valuable. My brilliance isn't love-worthy. My brilliance, it could be 1,000 things. Maybe I'll even say 1,000,000 different interpretations can come from the same situation, depending on what you came here to learn about you. That's a bigger sidebar for another day. What you came here to learn about you. So this condition happens. I have an interpretation of it. And then maybe conditions similar, or even exact same situations. The next time I do an artwork, maybe not with macaroni, but something else. Maybe I do music, maybe I do sports, but the next time I'm self-expressed, something happens and it seems like it's happening again. And so this interpretation from this condition becomes a belief. Practiced habitual patterns of thought and interpretation become belief. That means I'm practicing them so often that they are real and true, and that's now the lens through which I see myself in the world, and the lens through which I interpret the world around me. Then that belief turns into behavior. Boots on the ground. This is how I do it. 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 1,000,000 times 1,000,000, or 1,000,000 to the 1,000,000th power. That behavior is born from an habitually practiced pattern of interpretation that becomes belief. I'm not worthy. I'm inadequate. I'm not lovable. Those kind of people don't receive me. Those kind of people perpetrate meanness on me. This kind of situation I avoid. That kind of situation is the only one I get to be me. Like all of these. Think about any number of interpretations you've put on something in your life, good, bad, or ugly. It's not just the ones that don't seem like they fit or work. It's all of them. All of them. Then this behavior becomes my definition of who I am. I always eat ice cream like this. I always get this when I go to Starbucks. I never eat at that kind of restaurant. Oh, I would never go to that kind of movie. And I'm not saying any of those choices are wrong. The point here is not to make them right or wrong. The point is to go, I wonder if this behavior becoming an habitual pattern is serving me. Are my habitual patterns serving me? Meaning, are they enabling me to spiral up in my life? Am I noticing from activating these habitual patterns that I'm more happy, more successful, more fulfilled? Life is more easy, peaceful, grace-filled. There's more harmony in my relationships. Everything looks positive. Things happen easily. Flow. I'm always dancing in flow and wondering how little can I do and still have flow. That's what I'm talking about. Is it serving you or not? Simple, easy, not heavy, not personal. Just a quick question. Why do I do this? You could also do this. You could also do that. I like this one, even though I don't have, well, sometimes I do. Beard. Little, I guess that's TMI now. So the question, let Valerie get back on track. When does this behavior become an habitual pattern? So remember, you start with your pure self, I am. Something happens, you make an interpretation of it. Does it work? I don't know. This is not happening. Then that interpretation gets practiced over and over. It becomes a belief. The belief gets practiced over and over until it becomes behavior. It gets expressed in behavior. You do that behavior all the time, and that becomes your identity, your personality, your idea of who you are, what you're here for, what you're worthy of, etc., and so on. But then there's this powerful opportunity where somewhere along the way you wake up. First step in the 4-step process, wake up to the truth of who you are. And the same condition happens, but before you just jump into the knee-jerk reaction of the interpretation, you say, wait a minute. Like the mole in Whack-A-Mole who pokes its head up. Wait a minute. Is it safe for me to maybe think differently? So the same condition actually triggers a wait a minute moment, a questioning. Is this interpretation still hold valid? Maybe it was then. Is it really valid? Is it in the present moment true, real, what's actually going on? Or is it somehow remnant memory coming from somewhere that I've kind of lost even track of where that is? So the situation happens again, and the you that you want to be comes in loudly and says, cut it off at the pass. Pattern interruptus. And in the pattern interrupt, yourself can be heard saying, is that so? As Eckhart Tolle teaches. In Heart Map, they would say, do a freeze frame. Gives you a moment to go, wait a minute, sister, what are you doing? Brother, are you reading this situation right? Through whatever mechanism, your personal development plan, your growth, you went to the glow up retreat, glow up experience, whatever that mechanism that gets you to stop the old pattern and make a new choice. That is a conscious choice to change. Make a new choice. If you want your life to be different, you have to be different as the liver of your life. You have to be different as the choice maker in your life. You have to be different in your expression into your life. So you create the opportunity to see things differently. It doesn't change the past. It's just about where you are right now. Maybe I can look at this differently, evaluate it differently. Maybe I can even go way out there and create a whole new belief and a whole new pattern of expression that creates a whole new way of being me, behavior in the world. Wow. And when you get on that roller coaster, look out, because some really awesome things can be happening as you play your way to the next highest level in your vibration. Or, and this is neither good or bad, nor right nor wrong, it just is. When you're at a choice point, you can go lots of different ways. Some of them might take you into this new belief pattern, new expression. Others might take you into the old pattern, runs your life some more until you decide, boom, chop it off. Arrest the pattern. Pattern interruptus. And you create a new connection to the real highest level of I amness that you are here to express. Wow. Juicy and delicious. Yes, yes, yes. Are you getting it? Do you feel me? So the human growth cycle, in case you didn't notice it, it's fueled by your agency, by your locus of control. That making that pattern interruptus can't happen until you are willing to come present and notice there's something calling to you. And it's not back there where the old pattern got created. It's up here where you're standing right now, right in front of you, right here. So that was my human growth cycle. I hope that helped you. My intention is that it gives you a fertile ground from which to go, So again, it starts with the breath. We always are riding the breath. Why? Because a moment to get centered in my breath allows me to slow everything down. Slow my central nervous system down so it's not in fight or flight. Quiet my limbic brain telling me a whole bunch of things that are not necessarily true. They're just a story, oftentimes connected to the same belief pattern that isn't serving me. Oxygenates my blood and brain, allows me to get into my heart space and remind my brain it's a servant. It is not the Magnifico. The Magnifico is my heart. So we do the so what, now what, review what's not working and assess maybe why. In the so what, now what, we're doing allowing, accepting, and receiving. What is. There's no point railing after that, because ain't all that railing don't change it. You're just putting a lot of effort into something that's making no hill of beans worth of good. Remember the 3-letter word yet when you're interpreting and evaluating things? Not so good at this yet. That's what I've been saying lately. Valerie, you're not so good at this yet. Feels good. Have a chuckle at my effort. And then to make a conscious choice to change and keep making the choice. You don't have to go cold turkey. You just have to keep doing it. Notice, keep doing it. Notice, make a change. Notice, make a change. Notice, make a change. And that's it. That was easy, wasn't it? Today's Hump Day Happy Chat. I'm so grateful for your presence. I'm so grateful for you watching and sharing and commenting and sending in your questions. It really is a help to know how much more I can do to serve you in your spiral up to live happy to be me. And I always close the Hump Day Happy Chat with the Karanaya Metta Sutra, which is the prayer of loving kindness from the Buddha. I love this prayer. I haven't changed it yet. Haha. We'll see if something else wants to be spoken at the end of the Hump Day Happy Chat. But for now, I keep hearing this. May all beings be peaceful. Remember, all beings includes you. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. Yay. May all beings awaken to the light of your true nature, which is more than your intellect. It's way bigger. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature, and may all beings be free. Yay! Thank you again for joining me. Hashtag share. Many blessings. See you next time. Dr. Valerie Renee Shepherd, peace out. Peace, love, joy, freedom out.